too kind.
Sounding pretty nice here now.
Oh, thanks. Thanks, sounding cool.
You were doing fine. It's just back here we've been kind of.
Cool. The internet doesn't know about that. The internet doesn't mind about that. So the next song I'm going to play is probably the oldest, probably the first song I kind of wrote and completed. And I don't know when I last played it, but basically in September, I was playing a little bit of rugby and I caught a ball and I looked down at my finger and it just wasn't the right shape anymore. So I had to take a little hiatus from the old gigging and playing and practicing and stuff. And when I finally got out of the splint and all, I was just trying to play like a chord shape that would just like strengthen up my, and the hardest chord guitar heads out there was A minor, just because the amount of like bend you have to get on your finger. And I was like, well, I have that little thing that I haven't played in a while, where you just have to keep lifting your finger and kind of moving it around. And I was just like, song kind of got back under my skin. It just kind of helped me just lift up out of the no music funk for a couple of months. So when Danny kindly emailed and asked about doing the gig, I was like, yeah, and you know what? The little guy deserves a run out. So this is called Blind and Without the Sun. And again, like 13-year-old lyrics, so asterisks and whatever, but I've probably tried rewriting it and thinking of new lyrics, and I was like, nah, just let him, let the little guy go. So yeah, Blind and Without the Sun. Four by four, I'm out the door, and you think I'm winning. And 10 by 10, I'm back again, and you're sure you've won. 2 by 2, I'm blaming you, and you start the crying. 3 by 3, I'm happy with myself. 8 by 8, I'm call you a traitor if and when I want to. 5 by 5, I'm on fire. I hope you're up for a battle. 1 by 1, it's just begun, and you don't realize that 5 by 5, you mess me up now, and that's why I'm blind and without a sun. It's time that I was moving on, and I'm blind and without a sun, and it is time. And it is time. Day by day, I'm playing a game, and I am not charading. Someday I'll say my creed or my plea, but for now I'm residing on 9 by 9. Is the moment minor on my back where I started? 2 by 2, I'm blaming you, just because you slip around in those Sunday slippers. Put on some shoes and get out of bed, stick your nose in the paper. Have you heard the news that 5 by 5, I'm on fire? I hope you're up for it. 3 by 3, I'm happy with myself. And I'm blind and without a sun. It's time that I was moving on. I am blind and without a sun, and it is time. And it is time. this time that I was moving on. I'm blind and without a sun, and it is time. It's time. I'm blind and without a sun. It's time that I was moving on. I'm blind and without a sun, and it is time. And it is time. Thank you. Thanks. Yeah, if there's anyone out there who knew me as a teenager and was tortured by that song a few times, thanks for the encouragement. Or thanks for not discouraging me. I'm still going. Yeah, it is sun, as in S-U-N, the orb in the sky. I have a daughter. I'm very, very fond of her. I don't feel some yearning, not without a sun in some kind of double meaning sense. I didn't know about double meanings when I was 13. Right. Where we go now? Okay. We'll go to the Holy Lands next. Love song to a piece of furniture. Oh my recliner, I think of the day I found you. It was down on the Ormo where Extra Vision used to be. Someone must have been clearing out and left you there on the street. You took me with a sign said, take me, I'm free. So I took that as a sign, I said that sign will do rightly. And now on my recliner I can think, on my recliner I can sit and drink. Yeah, on my recliner I sing songs. You may suspect I was reclining when I wrote this song, and sir, you'd not be wrong. Well, me and my recliner, we go way back. I said me and my recliner, we go way back. We go back to my student days in the holiest holy lands. So let me up the stairs, and once we did, it was pretty grand. We put you in a prime televisual position, and everybody gathered round to behold this wondrous acquisition. Recline, why don't ya? Recline, why won't ya? And if you were on my recliner, I'd recline the whole night long. Yeah. Thank you. So I'm not bowing between each song, but I do just have a loop pedal down here, so I have to tend to it at times. Right, let me do some tuning now for a second. I've been meaning to learn some jokes for when I'm tuning. I was gonna try self-deprecating jokes, but I'm not any good at those. Two peanuts were walking down the street. One of them was assaulted.
I've been a very supportive audience.
Yeah, very supportive off-mic audience. Appreciate it. Shout out to my mate Jared. And now, yeah, I should say, these songs can be heard. Most of them can be heard on SoundCloud.com. I am John Moriarty. Nice to meet you. And I go under Ripple Surf on SoundCloud. So it's John Moriarty Ripple Surfs. So if you put in any combination of those, John Moriarty Ripple Surf, you get something on SoundCloud. And yeah, shout out to my mate Jared, who recorded a few of the songs on there and describes this as the Coldplay tuning. Where do we go? Nobody knows. I'm not going to do any more of that, but yeah, Coldplay tuning comes in handy from time to time. So yeah, not Coldplay song, but not mine either. I'm going to do a wee Block Party song for you, and when you add the capo, you got to tune it over again. More time. Do you know any good tuning jokes, Tom?
Oh, he can't hear you.
Oh, Tom can't hear me.
Tell while tuning. No, any jokes
It's
to tell while tuning?
It's quite something for Tom not to be able to hear me from right there with headphones that presume correspond somewhat to what. Anyway.
Oh, well, yeah, he's a few seconds delayed.
Fun. I was.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm tuned now. we got there. Let's try that again. I still remember how you looked that afternoon. There was only you. You said it's just like a full moon. Our love beats faster in our veins. We left our trousers by the canal, and our fingers, they almost hurt. And if you'd asked me for it, how could I say no? And if you'd asked me for it, I would have been brave. And our love could have soared over playgrounds and rooftops, and every park bench screams your name. I kept your tie. I'd have let you if you'd want. I still remember and on that teacher's training day, on that teacher's training day, we wrote our names on every train, our names on every train, laughed at the people off to work, at the people off to work, so monochrome and so lukewarm, so monochrome, and I can feel our days are becoming nights, and I can feel your heartbeat across the grass. We should have gone, I'd have gone with you anywhere. I would have kissed you by the water, and if you'd asked me for it, I would have been brave. And if you'd asked me for it, then how could I say no? And our love could have swung over playgrounds and rooftops, and every park bench screams your name. I kept your tie. I'd have followed you anywhere. I still remember 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 how you looked that afternoon. 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 I still remember. I still remember. Thanks very much. Thanks. Give me.
You're welcome to do a couple more.
Okay.
As many as you like.
Alright, while I'm in this tuning, I will do this one. No mess and no loops.
It's like the first ones don't count because we were completely fucking up the side. But we're on track now. Things coming through okay. So yeah, at least we've got a few ones that are,
Yeah.
all done.
Alright, this is called In for a Ride. In for a ride, in for a ride. Nope. Try that again. In for a ride, in for a ride. for a ride, it might sound wild, not gonna lie. In for a ride, in for a ride, in for a ride, the kind of ride will change your life. Up and down the roads and streets will be a battlefield, up and down the ladder, scaling every single pole, going way down low. I'll do up the flyers, you do up the posters, I'll roll up my sleeves, you best be rolling yours up too. They won't know what to do. We're in for a ride, we're in for a ride, but not the kind of ride you had in mind. I'm up for all the tricks you find there in the handbook, up on my sleeve, you might just find a trick of my own, going way down low. You'll be checking round, you might just find a skeleton. We'll just rush down and march a bag of stones will do. They won't know what to do. We're in for a ride, in for a ride, and not the kind of ride you had in mind. We're in for a ride, we're in for a ride, and not the kind of ride you had in mind. And there you'll stand, the nation's darling, the one who turned the spotlight on, and you make us proud. And we know we're asking a lot up front, but will you join our stand? In for a ride, in for a ride, in for a ride, it might sound wild, not gonna lie. In for a ride, in for a ride, in for a ride, the kind of ride will change your life. We're in for a ride, we're in for a ride. You got here right on time, we'll wind up riding high. We're in for a ride, we're in for a ride. You got here right on time, we'll wind up riding high. You got here right on time, we'll wind up riding high. You got here right on time, we'll wind up riding high. Do-do-do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do-do. Thanks. Thank you. Alright, it sounds like I've got time for one more tune. Alright, I've been, it's been a little while since I played this one. I've been kind of wussing out of playing it recently because it's a bit of a... There's little places where I can, anyway, trip myself up and stuff. But don't think about that, think positive.
Yeah.
Think positive. Anyone got the score in Spain, Germany? Or is anyone else just boycotting it like me? Nah, it's all good. It's all good. I mean, we would be doing well to out for our ratings to exceed Spain, Germany on a, even on a bad World Cup, to be honest. But it's not trending on Instagram. Is that what you're telling me? 1-0 to Spain.
Yeah, we're about 2/3 way through, is that right?
Sounds right. That sounds right. Well, I mean, you're presupposing that I have some sense of what time it is. It's it's coffee time somewhere, and it's.
I'm the least qualified to answer that question. It's related to football, so.
All right. Listen, guys, you're right in front of me, but thanks so much for having me. I really appreciate it. It's a lovely wee room. It's a lovely wee town by the sea, and very fond of Modern Rome, and looking forward to seeing the guys in action in a little while. So, Last one I'm going to do is called The Vault. Thank you very much. For once I'll get it done, conclude what I've begun. I'll wind the timer back around, and when it dings I'm done. I'll batten down the latch and get this down the hatch. And as it takes, I'll sit and wait and see what it extracts. It's made of steel, a kind no hand can feel. And sometimes in a dream I'll find where I buried the key. Steel is the vault that I thought time had forgot. And if you hear something crack beneath the floorboards, at least you will know it's unlocked. It's hard to recognize that angry adolescent disguise that took such strength to push against what's rosy in hindsight. But it only takes a seed, and so much life is freed to pull and push and germinate into something I could someday reap. Steel is the vault the time and tide forgot. But if you hear my voice through the walls, at least you'll know it's unlocked. 'Cause I still have that dream, and I'm surrounded by thousands who'd cared and gathered all around by me to see what I had uncovered, the vault that was buried in the ground. In the ground. Just have one temptation you always give into, and in that moment you can always be true. Have one temptation you always give into, and in that moment you can always be true. Have one temptation you always give into, and make it worth the surrender every time you do. Have one temptation you always give into, in that moment just be true, true. 'Cause I still have the dream. I surface with the key. I stare at where the kid went and hid, but I know it might be real. The vault contains my rawest ambition, and every note my own composition. And if you hear something scratch beneath the floorboards, at least you will know it's unlocked. At least you will know it's unlocked. At least you will will know it's unlocked. At least you will know about the vault. Thanks so much. Really appreciate it, guys. Thank you. Thanks for being wherever you are in the world. Thanks for supporting music. Let's have some modern Rome in a little while. Okay, thanks for being good night. John Moriarty, John Ripple Surfs, whatever the combination is from saying, much appreciated. I'll give you a couple of beats just for the crack. Thank you. Thanks, everyone. Cheers. That was good fun, guys. Thanks.
There, we're back.
Okay, welcome back, everyone. We've got John Moriarty here, who just played an excellent set.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for coming down. You mentioned your SoundCloud account. What was it called again?
So the project as a whole is called John Moriarty Ripple Surfs. So Ripple Surf Audio, I think, will get you the songs. I tend to put up stuff like what we did tonight. Like I kind of do a batch of like 4 or 5 songs together. So it's mostly live stuff. There's the odd bit of demo recording on there.
Okay, where does Ripple Surf come from?
That's a good question. I don't know. I guess it was actually originally kind of my blogging identity, which was the idea was that I was going to write about things that were mostly inconsequential, but that I was gonna make a lot out of them or something. So it's a good I hadn't. It was just kind of an idea I just kind of glommed onto, like kind of before there was a social media handles. I had that kind of as an identity, and then I actually set up the SoundCloud account. You're making me remember all this as I'm saying it, but I actually set up the SoundCloud account originally to put podcasts out or to put tapes of my radio show in Queens out circa 2010, sort of before when you still had to explain to people they didn't need an iPod to download a podcast and stuff like that. So that was so that just became my SoundCloud account, and then when I came to wanting to put music on there, I was like, I just couldn't be bothered setting up a whole second one. So
fair enough. And do you intend to move on to Spotify in the at some stage, or is that too capitalist?
So the kind of the game for 2022, I suppose, when I knew like gigs were coming back, was to try and gig as much as I could and get as much recording out of those as possible. And this is going to sort of probably extend now into 2023 of just like, because I actually way prefer, like my experiences in studios is just, now maybe this is just a universal thing I just need to get over, but my experience just singing solo in studios is pretty miserable. I don't really like when there's nobody there and you're kind of singing to the wall. I like the kind of the room. I like rooms kind of have a key, and I like kind of a full room with a bit of a murmur, and like even if people are kind of talking over you, just kind of just even having the little cadence in the background of like, oh, you just made them look up and kind of drop their conversation, listen to you for a second. So I don't know if anything that's in the pipeline is going to be of a Spotify-ish quality, but I don't know. I'm like, it's a good question. I should think about it. If I actually kind of got like the core of a few songs and I kind of had enough of the live recording that I could then just layer studio recordings on top of those and then strip back out the kind of the original live demo, then maybe I'd probably be somewhere on that basis. But
fair enough.
Still quite theoretical.
I do get what you mean about, something that dawned on me when we started doing this stream, how weird it is to, like, you're playing live but there's no feedback from an audience, so you don't know how, like, people are reacting to things, if things are sounding good, if you're playing new songs, like, if people are enjoying them or what. But
yeah, you don't have as much to hide behind. I think
absolutely.
like a mistake. There was a few mistakes in there, and they sound like they clang really loudly when you're kind of on your own.
Yeah.
If you're at a gig like that you make a feature of it at a gig, you just power through it, and they're like, nah.
Yeah, you feel very exposed. When
a little bit, but it was fun. It was a nice experience to do it.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
I was going to say, luckily we did have an audience who were telling us that we were completely messing up with the sound. So
much appreciated.
Yeah, no, genuinely, because these things are just a complete beast to try to get right. But
thank you for telling them and not me, because it would have been a lot more off-putting if I'd been told. We can't hear you.
I don't think that information would be very useful to you.
I mean, if you want to work on the stream for absolutely nothing, please write to us. I would appreciate it.
Yeah, actually, that goes out to anyone watching right now. Yeah. Please help us.
Well, you should pitch it as get in on the ground floor of Modern Rome, or about the first and a half floor.
That's it.
This thing is going up. Yeah. This thing is not going nowhere but up.
That's the kind of energy.
So get in early. You'll be in the acknowledgements of the first platinum album.
Yeah, when I actually do credits for this show, then I will put anyone in it who helps. But I not to get off topic. The music that you have put on your SoundCloud, is that stuff that you've recorded yourself at home, or what's the?
So there's a mix. I don't think I've ever put just a solo demo from home, and I've all the admiration in the world for people who can just set up a camera in their living room and live stream it or put stuff up. But I actually don't. I just don't have that level of confidence to just sort of practice live for people. So it's almost all live recordings from a gig. To varying degrees of quality. Some people have been really helpful to me and have provided kind of backline recordings, and then I tend to have an ambient recording of the audience that I mix over on top of it. Again, just to hide the mistakes. And then there's a couple of I mentioned Jared Conroy during the set, so I recorded a couple of demos with him, and he was really helpful. So that second last one, In for a Ride, he did a kind of a remix of it, kind of a production reimagination. I would never have kind of put some of the bells and whistles that he put over it, but it's cool. And there's one where my brother does the lead vocals. Hells yeah. So that's a kind of a complete studio demo. I'm running out of space on my SoundCloud though, so I'm gonna have to make some cuts.
Just make a second to cut.
Yeah.
Ripple Surf 2.
Yeah, that's actually a good point, because we're at the same point. We need to clear out some stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure there's some rubbish on there we could get rid of.
Yeah, Ripple paddleboard. I don't know. I can just keep adding, and then it'll be
So who would your main kind of musical influences be?
Well, like I'm, not to give my age away or whatever, but like Oasis were massive when I was growing up, and then I had a lot of cool cousins. Like my mum is young, and her family side a lot of older cousins, including ones who brought me to gigs. Like I was brought to the Verve. My dad was great for bringing me gigs as well. So I would have gotten really into R.E.M. And Radiohead latterly. Whether any of them had much, I just kind of learned all those songs, if you know what I mean. Yeah. And if I'm on a night out or something, and someone hands you a guitar, the songs are all still in there. Funny enough, I think that's the first time just in that set just there that I did a cover. That's the first time in Yonks that I've actually done a cover in a set. That Block Party song. And the reason it came to me was I did a sort of I do choir as well, and did a song leading course called Weaving Voices, which was really great earlier this year. And you had to sort of prepare and arrange a song, and I had about 20 minutes to do it because I didn't read the notice properly. So I that was the first song that came into my head. So I just went away and put some layers over it. So it was more just as a kind of a thing to do vocally, and something that a song that kind of meant something to me. But yeah, no, I love Block Party. But I'm constantly on the way here to Bangor, I was listening to the last Grimes album, Miss Anthropocene, which driving at night is I wasn't sure it was the best shout at a certain point. It is kind of a woman screaming at you in 3 languages a bit of the time, but I love Grimes. I've gotten probably poppier and poppier as the years have gone on.
Right,
and yeah, if you could write if I could write the perfect kind of 3-minute pop song,
Fair enough.
I'd retire happy from that.
Yeah.
These are good on that kind of thing. Like these are
Thank you.
these
We're
are
trying
good-
to get better.
good radio play out of Modern Realm. Like
Well,
radio
yeah,
friendliness.
Sort of hope for that anyway. Like we always do a radio edit of our tracks just in the hopes that like if the track's short enough, right, 30-second track, like you can play any radio station can just put it in. No, we haven't gone quite that far, but definitely we are making changes at least to the length of the music just to do like a radio cut just to try to get like a little more exposure that way. I don't know if that's sort of anything you've thought about in terms of like, I don't know, trying to get your music out there or the reviews or things like that.
I mean, as I say, I'm very like I love being in a room with people, and I guess if you put in the hard yards, you can get to more. You get to more rooms, more interesting. You get to do it more often. But I guess like like so. I'm trying to. You're going back to your influences, but like somebody like John Spillane or somebody like that who like you have to see live to fully get like he's done loads of albums, and they like increasingly he's just stripped back all the production now, and it just sounds a bit like or kind of like the C6 Steve albums where he's just chatting in the middle of the tracks and between the tracks and stuff, like, and you're just kind of there in the room with him. If I could kind of pull something off like that, that would be fun. But yeah, as I say, I would happily play a gig unamplified for like a group of 10 people. If somebody had like friends visiting or whatever, I was like, yeah, I come around and play a gig or whatever. Like,
No, I really got that impression when listening to your set there, like that it was this sort of like confessional kind of thing. Like the songs were very personal, and it was, I don't know, more about telling the stories than trying to put them in a neat little pop package. But I don't know, maybe you disagree with that.
Yeah, no, but they kind of gain resonance over the years. Like, I think I mentioned I played a song like that was probably like the first like song that I wrote that I played for people, and they were like, "You wrote that?" Like, and that was like as a teenager, and I was just I probably wrote like 3 unplayable albums off the back of the confidence that just one song kind of worked. But like I'll never like chuck that song away and say that's going in a drawer, it's never been played again. And like even singing it now a lot of years later, it's like it has voice does different things in different places with it, and it sounds a bit raw, and it probably like I probably consciously at a certain point decided I would try and write like the first song I played tonight, where it was kind of like a story. It's kind of like nobody heard the words apparently, but it was a song about it. It was a song about going on a stag, and it's got loads of little just like in jokes if you've been to Amsterdam, or if you've been on a stag, or you've been in that kind of escalating situation where you can't quite control, and like everybody's kind of acting in a way that like satisfies the group but isn't necessarily true to them. Like it becomes a herd mentality kind of thing. So like at a certain point I just started writing songs about real stuff.
Yeah.
So but now it's a blend of everything. Basically. So.
Yeah. So well, that song is presumably on your SoundCloud.
That is from. Do you find a version of that from the Pavilion in 2017? I think that was the second song in the set that's up there.
Well, I was just
in a
going to
set
say
of 5, and hopefully I'll piece all those bits together if the recordings have survived. It might be a slightly better.
I was going to say that's just a reason to go to your SoundCloud. We completely butchered the sound here, but
that's
you
all
can
right.
get the proper thing if you go to the SoundCloud.
Yeah.
So I guess have you any upcoming plans?
I was gonna say, what you guys are reminding me of is there's like a Daniel O'Donnell Christmas special from a couple of years ago where he goes to each guest, "Have you anything you'd like to ask me?" I was waiting for that. I was like waiting for the two of you to go, "Is there anything you'd like to ask Modern Rome?"
It's like a job interview or something.
Yes,
Any questions for us?
Any questions for us? Which apparently you're supposed to not. Apparently you're supposed to have asked those ahead of time.
Oh really?
Well, different people say different things.
You're supposed to have like a good question, but not something that's like I don't know, undermining your ability to do the job. It's sort of like what's your worst weakness?
Yeah, probably explains why I've failed too many jobs
Yeah.
over the
That would be
years.
so funny if you turned a job interview around and asked them one of those random questions,
Yeah.
like, "What's your worst weakness?" It's like- or those like I was writing a short story about this recently. Those like tech company ones where it's like you're trapped in a blender
I was
and you
doing
have to
that,
get
yeah.
out from under a 10-foot blade. What do you do? Imagine you ask that to them. You're like, see, how do you feel about this?
I
these
did one
questions?
recently that was about like you own a company and a cyber scammer is holding your entire company ransom and you have to pay a load of money. And the whole thing is you're supposed to try to not lose all your money, but also not lose all your company secrets. And honestly, like, I feel like it was just stress inducing. I don't
Yeah,
know
you'd
why
be
you
like-
choose to do it.
I tell you what, I'll save it for my role play mates on Sunday night.
Yeah.
Do you want to ask me something germane to this job?
I'll do it on the night. I'll do it on the night.
Yeah. I know, guys. I really appreciate it. It's been
There was
Just
something
super
I
sad.
wanted to ask you, and I have completely forgotten it.
well, that is
Um,
quality live streaming
Yeah.
right there.
But that's
No, I like
that's
this
what we're all
podcast
about.
portion of it.
Oh,
This is good.
Thank
fun.
you.
That has
What
just
was
triggered
it?
it. You were saying about you did Queen's Radio or
yes,
something.
I wanted to ask
Sorry,
around
yes,
the words.
because I was over there when you said it, and we did Queen's Radio as well. But I think we were maybe a little later than you.
Okay, don't rub it in.
You did say that, that
yeah.
was...
Because you said 2010 or something.
2010,
But I think
yeah.
we were not. I don't even know if we did it in 2013.
We did it in
2014.
2014/2015.
Yeah.
So
Mine was a pretty transparent rip-off of a BBC Radio 4 show called Start the Week, where they have a themed discussion with different people in. But those guys prepared like a million times more than I tended to come up with a theme and then sort of daydream about it, text a few people, see if they'd show up, and then kind of But I was trying to get into podcasting at that early point. But yeah, I didn't fit the schedule at all for Queen's Radio because we played it. We did have to play a few songs. Remember, there was good stuff out at the time. I remember, yeah.
Yeah, I remember because there was like.
What did you guys do?
We just had our show was called Fake Plastic Radio.
I was literally about to guess.
Yeah, it was Sonic
Did
Radio,
you
remember that?
guys
Yeah.
do a Sonic Youth hour at some point in your life?
I wish.
Okay, that's good.
But
Fake Plastic Radio.
I think you were supposed to play songs from like
The playlist.
a defined playlist.
Yeah.
I think we may have been told that at some point, but
we got
just
told it
didn't.
towards the
I
end,
was-
but
Yeah.
I don't remember that being a thing at the start. And
I remember getting an angry email at some point, but that was like after we had stopped doing it. To be
It
like,
was-
if
yeah.
you don't play songs from the playlist, we'll stop getting given songs.
yeah, or
Up to
something.
put
Well,
on
I would find the ones that I wanted to hear and drag them up the playlist. I
Right.
could drag them up. So I even replayed one that had played like as I was coming into the studio. I'm like, oh, it's the new Street single. I haven't heard that one yet. And I just dragged it down and played
Yeah,
it the
that's
second
cool.
time like 10 minutes later.
We just played the weirdest shit, and I like to imagine there was just some like workman or something with the radio on just randomly on Queen's Radio, and they heard like this really bizarre avant-garde music.
Yeah, I
coming
think the peak moment of Fake Plastic Radio was when you played Frownland by Captain Beefheart and the Magic Band.
through. Yeah, we did like a
10
week,
a.m. on a Tuesday morning.
we did like weird song of the week or something like
Yeah.
that. That was more of a late stage thing, and then that was sort of just before we finished doing the show.
Mm-hmm.
But do you have any podcasts or things up on your SoundCloud now, or
I don't think. Oh, no. I think the only like not me singing thing left on there is I. This is awful. A radio show I used to listen to got sampled at a Radiohead gig, like the way they do that for the national anthem. They live sample a radio show. It was just this weird moment at a Radiohead gig, and you're like, the sports show I usually listen to is playing over the speed.
Really?
So I ripped that off the YouTube thing and stuck it on and stuck it on SoundCloud. So it's like a double plagiarism. But
yeah.
no, I don't. No, I didn't leave any of my conceptual discussions about the meaning of hope and the meaning of optimism. Actually, yeah, that was my first show was called Optimism, and we just had optimistic, like playing ominously between students talking about what their year ahead looked like.
That's great.
So you were interviewing students, or what was the format?
I did a bit of that, like just go around campus with a thing and
that's cool.
stick a yoke in
I feel like
in
that's
people's
ahead
faces.
of.
I was going to
your
say,
time.
very like TikTokable. Like those
Yeah.
things are like, what are you listening to?
Yeah, or oh, I love your Lamborghini. What do you work as? That sort of thing. But that's, I mean, you were
was
ahead of
World
your
of
time.
Words.
If you think of like Channel 5, I don't know if you know that, but the YouTube show, but he goes.
But like, you know, there was a guy who was like ahead of his time with bungee jumping, but he's not around to talk about it anymore. Like,
yeah, I hope your interviewing wouldn't lead to death, but I guess it depends where you go to do your interviewing.
Are you on TikTok?
I am not on TikTok.
Probably
Should
for the
I?
best,
Should I be?
yeah.
Is it?
That's,
Do you have to reformat? You have to flip everything, right?
You know, it's actually a nightmare because obviously we record our videos in like horizontal, and I go to put them on TikTok, and it's just I stretched out like our video. It looks ridiculous. I'm like, I might just redo it with like black bars at the top and bottom because it just looked wrong. But yeah, it takes getting used to, and you know, we're trying to get more involved with doing like the short form online content because
Yeah.
like we're all about like
I've heard of
trying to
that.
do things right, you know. But like,
And feel.
Says he
Yeah.
puts like half an hour SoundCloud clips up. Like, I've heard of short form, yeah. Good.
yeah,
Good
but
shout.
then you know, it actually like in a way it's probably healthier, you know, to be like, I'm just gonna play the songs that I want to play, I you know, and I'm gonna, you know, obviously you want to try to get gigs, you know,
Well,
so you have to put something up, but you know, I guess it's straddling that line between doing the things that you love and then
Yeah.
doing the things that you don't enjoy just to be able to do the things that you love.
Yeah, with where you guys are, it makes total sense. Like, you just need a dog in every race, basically. Like, so, you know, you just, when you've created all the content and you've gone through and you've composed and spent the long hours, you just need it to be out there somehow. It's like,
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, so I've been watching this guy, you know, it's well-known Damien Keys, and that was what, like, I was trying to engage with the things that he was saying, and it's about, like, when you're bashing your head against the wall trying to make online content, try to work smart rather than hard,
Yeah.
because you do end up getting just, like, totally burnt out. But then sometimes I think it's like, would it be better just to not engage with all of that and just...
I think it's a balance between,
Yeah.
you know, if you make yourself miserable by trying to play the game, it's like, well, what's the point, really?
Yeah.
The reason you
Yeah.
do this, make music, is because it's something you enjoy.
Yeah, like
You
when
need
I
to
saw
keep
you guys
that.
covering Taylor Swift, I was like, oh, these guys have some acumen. Like,
Well,
it's a good album. Like, it's a
It
good
is, yeah.
quality
Great
song.
song.
Yeah, like
Um,
that is, you know, that helps that we actually enjoyed the song anyway.
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah.
when he come to cover
And
it.
you
Well, that's the thing. I don't think anything.
You had
we've
something
done-
to offer it as well. The harmony was nice. And, yeah,
Thank
it
you,
was-
thank you. But yeah, I don't think anything we've done is something we've done really begrudgingly and been like,
Yeah.
oh god, like kill me. Like
Yeah,
everything, even the like silly kind of, you know, cheesy stuff. Like when we did that Pink Sweat song.
Oh,
like, that was
yeah.
like a lot of fun. And,
Yeah,
like, even though like the
absolutely.
song was not very modern room at all.
No.
Um,
No, definitely not.
but yeah.
Any plans or any things you want to talk about?
While I think of it, I should apologize because my mate Mark McCann put a Rome song on the Facebook thread for the gig and asked me could I cover it, and I did mean to learn like 30 seconds of it, but I just didn't.
Oh, I
Sorry,
think I
Mark,
saw that.
I didn't get around to it. But yeah, hang around for Modern Rome because it's good crack.
Indeed,
Awesome.
indeed.
It's good crack.
But yes, just before
Better
you
than the
go,
old Rome.
any like gigs or anything that you're sort of in the works?
As I say, I'm not long out of the splint. So when you guys
Oh, of course.
got in touch, I was like, all right, let's try and get this and do it right and see where I'm at. I have a couple of sort of pre-planned plans, but putting dates on them. And I will keep you informed. There'll hopefully be some early 2023
Yeah.
movement.
Is the
Awesome.
best place just to follow you on your Facebook or for people?
Yeah, you can follow me on you can just look up John Murray on Facebook, and I'm on Twitter as well as John J. I don't do a lot of music stuff on Twitter, but
Just ramblings
John J.
and
Moore.
rants like
Uh-huh.
everyone else.
look, you'll find me. If you're determined enough, you'll find me.
I'm excited to see it.
Find me
Well, yeah,
propping
I
up a bar.
For us as
Or still
well, we
somewhere.
don't have a date for any next gigs in mind. I do want to get another one of these sorted for December, but like we just have to find a date where it's not just me and Tom here.
Because we all saw how that went.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
Some singing outside.
oh yeah, maybe we should bring them in.
Uh-huh.
That might be
Give them
my
a slot.
first fairy tale New York of the season.
Yeah. Oh, that's nice. On that note, thank you very much, John, for being a part of the show.
Thank you.
Thanks, Tom. Thanks, Danny. I really appreciate it. Yeah.
That's great.
Sorry, for the benefit of the internet, there's people singing just outside the window,
Yeah,
just behind
I
us.
think they've actually
Quite
migrated
like
there.
on in tune as well for whatever time it is on a Sunday night. Like, yeah, they're doing all right.
All right, guys, we'll be back very shortly once we get Tom and I set up to play some tunes. So stay tuned.
Awesome.
You gotta do the Parkinson thing.
Oh yes, of course. Sorry.
We're live. If you just want to say
Hello, everyone. Sorry it took so long for us to come back. More technical difficulties. But Danny and I are about to kick off a nice little acoustic set for you. It's the first time we've done this on the stream. Because normally Josh is here or another one of our drummer friends, but unfortunately tonight no one was able to fill in. So, but it should still be good, hopefully.
just want to do one last check.
Okay, Danny's doing another check. Everyone having a good weekend? Really don't. Not sure. Really don't feel like going into work tomorrow.
Oh dear. Hi everyone, this is this is all very professional stream stuff. Yeah, thank you.
Do you want me to play like a song, Danny, and you can monitor the? I'll do the new one because we didn't get a chance to run it. If that's okay. Okay, I'm just gonna do a quick song on my Ionio. This is a new one. Was hoping to do it together, but unfortunately didn't get a chance to run through it. But it should still be okay. It's called "Your Bitterness Will Break You." Friend, you started out fresh-faced and wide-eyed. But over time something inside of you died. Now you criticize most everyone and you lie. Lie to yourself most every day, 'cause you know there was a time when everyone cared by what you said and what you did, and you're scared. You're scared that you will not again be compared to those that have their youth and beauty. But your bitterness will break you. It will chew you up, it will spit you out. Though you say it liberates you, it won't be long till they all forsake you. Friend, I understand just why you're feeling this way. I've seen the sweat and blood you pour out each day. You've run head first into a merciless fray, but you cannot lose your head, my son. 'Cause your bitterness will break you. It will chew you up, it will spit you out. Though you say it liberates you, it won't be long till they all forsake. Yeah, your bitterness will break you. It will chew you up and will spit you out. Though you say it liberates you, it won't be long till they all forsake you.
It won't be long till they all forsake you. It won't be long till they all forsake. Yeah, your bitterness will break you. It will chew you up, it will spit you out. Though you say it liberates you, it won't be long till they all forsake you.
How was that? Sweet. You ready to get your butt up here? Again, I reiterate, if anyone wants to work on the stream for free, please contact us. Yeah, I haven't mentioned yet, I don't think that this stream is kind of a launch event for our new single that was released on Friday, Day In, Day Out. It's been a long time coming, and we also got a music video for it that we filmed ourselves, and Danny put in a lot of effort editing it himself, and he's done a fantastic job. So I would really appreciate it if you haven't already watched it, or even if you have watched it, go watch it again, like it, click the bell, the subscribe button, all those things. Leave a nice comment, or a negative comment, something. That would be great. Ready to go, Danny?
Yeah, I believe so. This should be coming through. So it's like really hard to tell anymore. You know what? Let me just grab my earphones.
See the effort we go to for you guys? Honestly?
I just wouldn't want to start the song and then we can't like hear anything. So can you see me in the camera? Yeah. In both ones?
Also, big ups to John for staying later than he needed to help us out with this. Much appreciated.
Okay, we're good. Wow. I just didn't know we'd actually make it to playing.
Right.
All right, let's go.
Day in, day out.
Day in, day out. Hit it. Shit.
Thrown into the world with everything again, loaded with ideas you cannot contain. But you're not so naive, you have always known you can't simply live on ideas alone. So you sell yourself to your lifeless schedule, with your fingers crossed behind your back. You're no one's fool, but the grind, it starts to sap at your energy and drive. And then before too long, you feel only half alive, and into despair you sink, and you cannot help but think. Day in and day out, you're wasting your life. Then you find yourself floating aimlessly. Friends are worried sick, but somehow you can't see. Your guitar lies untouched, your notebooks gather dust. You couldn't care less, no, you're not that fussed. 'Cause you find a friend in cheap spirits, beer and wine, killing off your brain cells one by one. You're feeling fine. Yes, the grind, it starts to sap at your energy and drive. And then before too long, you feel only half alive, and into despair you sink, and you you cannot help but think. Day in and day out, you're wasting your life. Then one day you catch a glimpse of yourself in the bathroom mirror. You study the lines on your face, brick coiled back in disgust, crying out for a change to come your way, crying out for a change. Day in and day out, you're wasting your life. Woo! Grinding starts to sap at your energy and drive, and then before too long, you feel only half alive. Into despair you sink, and you cannot help but think. Day in and day out, you're wasting your life.
Thank you.
Tom, I'm going to grab your phone just so we can
Yes.
monitor the chat.
Could you also grab my bottle of water that's on that table there? Thank you.
There you go.
Thank you.
Just unlock that again and I'll just quickly listen through the last few seconds. Yeah, thanks.
Again, sorry for the technical difficulties. It's actually getting kind of funny now.
Yeah.
Like, it's become a comedy show.
Yeah.
Sweet. And to add insult to injury, I think my voice is giving out.
Okay. Happy.
Right.
What are we going to do next, Tom?
Shall we do Still So Young?
Yeah.
Also, I was thinking, skip the solo, go straight into the, like,
Yeah.
whoa, whoa, whoa bit.
Whoa, whoa, whoa bit. Every good song has a whoa, whoa, whoa bit.
Exactly. Millennial whoop.
I had to turn the monitor on because I realized because I opted to not have a bass amp, I couldn't actually hear anything.
Yeah.
So
You don't need to hear anything.
that was kind of stupid on my part, but at least sort of now. Okay, so yeah, I'll have to see how we do this one. Okay, we'll see how it goes.
You count us in.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoa, 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 whoa. You spend your days on nothing, like you're ready for the coffin. You think you haven't got long left. Whoa. realized I meant to bring your phone over and then I just set it back over. So we can see what's happening in the chat.
Chat blowing up.
Yeah, we had some interesting interesting messages about a new dating app.
Is that right?
Yeah. So, you know, you come for the music, you stay for the dating apps.
Sick.
That's what we're all about, Modern. What will we do now, Tom?
Stones through.
Let's do it.
Okay.
This will be a bit of fun. This one's called A Stone's Throw Away.
Jesus, how did this happen? 20-something, getting older each second. Spent all my life just doing what I'm told. Friends are right, traveling in brick and mold. Spent all my life just doing what I'm told in this time. I'm a stone's throw away from the place I was born. Just dreaming, feeling so sorry I'm forlorn. And I can't seem to give a good reason why. A stone's throw away from the place that I'll die. The place that I'll die. I'm haunted by plans that I've made. Was gonna be somebody I played it too safe. Spent all my life just doing what I'm told. Friends are right, traveling in brick and mold. Spent all my life just doing what I'm told in this time. I'm a stone's throw away from the place I was born. Just dreaming, feeling so sorry I'm forlorn. And I can't seem to give a good reason why. I'm a stone's throw away from the place that I'll die. The place that I'll die. There's so many things I could do, but I choose not to. Not 'cause I don't have the desire. The burning fire. I'm just frozen with worries unfair. So I am still here. It's nobody's fault but my own. Stone's throw away from the place I was born. Just dreaming, feeling so sorry I'm forlorn. And I can't seem to give a good reason why. I'm a stone's throw away from the place that I'll die. The place that I'll die. Oh no, oh no, 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 no,
Thank you.
Very nice. there's certain little runs in that not so used to playing on the uke bass, but I'm sure it's fine.
Mhm. It's more authentic if it's not rehearsed, right?
Exactly. Like everything we do.
Shall we try it? You might as well.
Oh, I haven't played that in a while.
Do you want to give it a miss?
Yeah, give that one a miss. But well, what did we have after that?
I think just the Masquerade.
Masquerade. Let's do the Masquerade. Yeah.
Okay.
Is this our last song?
It is,
Yeah.
yeah.
Keep it short but sweet.
Uh-huh,
Even
absolutely.
wanting more. You know?
Absolutely. Yeah, thank you very much for tuning in. This is not our most recent single anymore, but the single before that. It's called The Masquerade. Thank you.
Sorry, what key are you doing?
Normal key.
Spot on.
Yeah. Which is...
Oh, you've tuned differently?
Yes, I'm down a step.
There you go.
Half step, actually.
Because if I discovered that we weren't playing it in a different key right now.
Oh, you'd be so happy.
Yeah.
Right. 1, 2, 3, 4.
You get attacked by a fly.
Hey! 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 Once you come, you'll never leave. You'll never ever leave. With such beauty and such delights, you'll be knocked right off your feet. You will enter so cautiously, but each sense will be set alight. Soon enough, we'll see you here each day and every night. And in your head, you'll know it's wrong. But all your willpower will be gone. 'Cause you are trapped by a rush you can't deny. Being mocked by the masquerade of liars. Hey! 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 Here you are, as we did suspect, still here after all this time. Full of shame and self-disgust, feeling worthless and undermined. 'Cause in your head you know it's wrong. But all your willpower it is gone. 'Cause you are trapped by a rush you can't deny. Though your fears and anxieties multiply, you try to run, but you come back every time to be mocked by the masquerade of liars. They're something, you are nothing. They are winning, you are losing. They are thriving, you are wasting. They are living, you are not. They are something, you are nothing. They are winning, you are losing. They are thriving, you are wasting. They are living, you are not. They are something, you are nothing. They are winning, you are losing. They are thriving, you are wasting. They are living, you are not. They are something, you are nothing. They are winning, you are losing. They are thriving, you are wasting. You are nothing, you are nothing. 'Cause you are trapped by a rush you can't deny. Being mocked by the masquerade of liars.
Thank you very much.
Thanks so much, everyone. We'll see you later.